Hello YouTube! For today's project we'll be making some rose water. Let's get started. For historically accurate rose water, you will want to use damask roses from your garden. However, if you're like me and currently don't have roses in your garden, since it's winter time, I bought store-bought roses. However, these probably have pesticides in them, as well as organic roses will probably also still have some pesticides in them. So I'm going to be giving these a good rinse. For the next rinse, I'm going to take sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda, and mix it in water. Studies have shown that baking soda helps to kill pesticides. Now that I've stirred my baking soda in with the water, now I'm going to add the rose petals. Instead of rose petals, I'm actually going to stick the entire heads of the roses into the water, and I'm going to let them soak for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm keeping them on the stems, that way I can rinse them off again before I remove the petals. Also, roses float in water, so I've used the forks to help weigh them down so that way they are immersed in the water. Now that it's been about 15 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and give these another rinse. Okay, now it's time to pluck the petals. Just to make sure that these roses are pesticide free, I'm going to add some more baking soda, and I'm going to soak them again in the baking soda water mixture. And from here, I'm just going to start removing all of the petals and letting them soak in the water. Make sure to submerge them in the water. Just peeling off more petals. And now from here, I'm just going to make sure that all of the petals are nice and damp. And now I'm going to let them soak for about another 5 to 10 minutes in the baking soda water mixture. And now from here, I'm going to remove the flower petals from the water and put them on the stove. Now I'm just going to add just enough water to lightly cover the rose petals. And after this, I'm going to set the stove to simmer. Just a little bit more water there. Now it's time to simmer. While this is simmering, just make sure when you add the water that you do not add too much. You want to do about 50 to 50 ratio, about half water, half rose petals. Otherwise you can dilute the rose water. rose petals are done simmering, I am going to strain them now. And just to make sure that I've gotten all of the water out, I'm just going to squish down the rose petals. There we go. And now some of this I'm going to store for now, and then the rest I'm actually going to put in plastic containers and put in the freezer, because the room temperature rose water can only last about a week, but if you need the rose water for some time later than a week, then it's best to freeze it and use it later. To help you see the difference, this is the homemade rose water, and this is store-bought rose water, which usually has a preservative in it to keep it clear and also to give it a longer shelf life. For example, this one says it is good through December of 2021. Please note that the darker your roses, the darker your rose water will be. Now I'm going to let these cool until they go down to room temperature, and then the glass jar I will be using now, and the plastic containers will be going in the freezer. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.